The jungle held its breath, a silent witness to what was coming, an unseen, ancient power stirring, waiting. Then, the forest screamed, a sudden, terrifying wave, shattering the quiet, a moment where empires met their equal. What happens when the seemingly invincible meets an unyielding will? Sometimes, a trophy tells a story all its own. Their roars echoed through the canopy, a raw, primal sound of absolute, undeniable triumph. A new chapter written. For generations, the British Empire seemed an unstoppable force, a tide that swept across continents, reshaping the world. They built an image of invincibility, a myth woven from steel and ambition, believed by many, even themselves. We often read history as a steady march forward, a predictable unfolding of strength. But life, dear friends, is rarely so. Sometimes, a single, forgotten battle can unravel such grand narratives, revealing the fragility beneath the bravado. Deep within the heart of West Africa, a story lies, often whispered, sometimes ignored, but always profound. The year was 1824. The place, Nsamankow, a name that echoes with a cold, hard lesson in humility. Here, a seemingly impossible defeat unfolded. A mighty British force humbled, broken, against all conventional wisdom. 10,000 against perhaps 1,200. Odds that mock reason, yet history records a stunning, brutal reversal. How could this happen? How could such a disciplined power be brought to its knees by what seemed insurmountable numbers? The outcome was shocking, yes. A governor's head taken as a trophy, a grim testament to utter defeat. It wasn't just a battle lost. It was a profound humiliation, a wound to the very soul of a proud empire. That trophy wasn't merely a symbol of victory. It was a defiant roar, a message carved in blood and courage. The stakes were always high in these encounters, lives and legacies hanging precariously in the balance. And the brutality. It was a harsh, undeniable truth of empire, of clashes where mercy often found no quarter. This story, often overlooked in the grand tapestries of empire, holds a unique and powerful significance. It reminds us that history is not just about the victors, but also about the enduring power of resistance. Join me as we journey into the heart of this forgotten confrontation, a cinematic dive into an empire's reckoning. It's a cold lesson in hubris, a tale of underestimation, and the profound cost of blind imperial ambition. Imagine, if you will, the early 19th century. A vibrant land, untamed and ancient, began to stir. This was the Golden Coast, a name that whispered of riches and power, beckoning ambitious empires. For centuries, its heart beat with the rhythm of gold, ivory, and vibrant, essential trade. Here, ancient kingdoms thrived, their societies complex, their cultures deep-rooted and strong for generations. But beyond the horizon, another force was rising, its shadow stretching across the vast, wide world. The British Empire, a colossal entity, was rapidly expanding, its appetite for global reach insatiable. It was confident, perhaps even arrogant, in its might, believing its destiny lay in domination. From sun-drenched India to the wild Americas, its flag flew, a testament to its spreading power. The ambition was clear: to control all vital trade routes, the very arteries of global commerce. Expanding influence meant expanding wealth, securing resources, and planting their dominion everywhere. Their military superiority was undeniable, a fearsome machine honed through countless conflicts worldwide. With ships of the line and disciplined regiments, they projected an unmatched, formidable power indeed. There was a deeply held conviction within them. Their will, once set, simply could not be broken. Previous encounters, often minor skirmishes, had only reinforced this profound, ingrained belief in dominance. They rarely considered the true strength of those they encountered, often underestimating local resolve profoundly. The landscape itself, however, held its own secrets, its own formidable, silent defenders. This was not Europe. The terrain, the heat, the very air, whispered of unfamiliar challenges. Local populations, rooted in this land, possessed a profound knowledge of its every nuance. Their resilience, their strategic prowess, often went unseen, deeply unappreciated by the newcomers. The British, for all their might, often underestimated the power of those defending their homeland. This gradual, relentless encroachment created mounting tension, a palpable unease across the land. The delicate balance of power, once understood, now trembled precariously on the precipice. A storm was brewing, not just in the skies, but deep within the hearts of men. The stage was being set for a confrontation unlike any the British had yet imagined. Their arrogance, their confidence, would soon face a test of profound and lasting consequence. The whispers of a coming challenge grew louder, carried on the humid, heavy jungle air. A moment of truth awaited, where assumptions would shatter and history would irrevocably turn. This was the prelude to Nsamankow, a name that would echo through the annals of time. A collision of empires, of wills, of very different worlds, was now unavoidable. The Golden Coast held its breath, poised for a battle that would redefine what superiority truly meant. Beyond coastal whispers, deep within the Green Heart, a mighty, complex, proud realm was slowly taking root. This wasn't a small kingdom. It was an empire, stretching its influence like ancient, sprawling roots. Few dared challenge its might. Ashanti spirit, forged in fire, stood unyielding in conquest and defense. Independence was their breath, their very soul. They bowed to no crown, only their sovereign spirit. A tapestry of life, rich with purpose. Their world pulsed with rhythms ancient and profound. Their cities weren't haphazard. They grew with wisdom, reflecting a deep, ingrained understanding of order. Governance, a sacred trust, held by wise chiefs, their words carrying the weight of generations. Their laws, woven from tradition and fairness, kept the social fabric strong, binding all together. A network of alliances and tributes solidified their power, extending influence, building lasting, vital unity. All paths led to Kumasi, the Golden Heart, where the empire's strength truly and profoundly resided. Their hands wove stories into cloth, sculpted spirits from wood, their artistry speaking volumes. Wisdom flowed through generations, carried on storytellers' soft breath beneath the tranquil, starlit skies. Spirit was everywhere, in rivers, in trees, in every heartbeat, guiding their sacred daily lives. The drums beat their land's pulse, echoing joy, sorrow, and the deep, enduring strength of community. Festivals burst with life, a kaleidoscope of color and sound, celebrating blessings and rich heritage. Discipline was their backbone, their movements precise, a testament to rigorous training and unity. From courageous Asafohines to the humblest soldier, a clear chain guided their formidable forces. Their arsenal was practical, formidable. Muskets, spears, and keen blades stood ready for any threat. They mastered the forest's secrets, employing ambushes and cunning tactics with precise, deadly skill. The reputation of Ashanti warriors spread far and wide, a force to be deeply respected. This land was not merely dirt. It was their ancestors' breath, their heritage, their very soul. Their sovereignty was absolute, a sacred trust from time immemorial, fiercely guarded always. Foreign powers might covet, but this land and its people would never surrender willingly. Gold, from the very earth, flowed through their hands, connecting them to distant, eager markets. Kola nuts, ivory, valuable goods, all moved through their well-established, vital trade arteries. They were a central power, a vital pulse within West Africa's intricate, far-reaching trade web. But on the horizon, shadows lengthened. Newcomers arrived, their ambitions clashing with ancient ways. Two worlds, two wills, were now poised to collide, each demanding its own rightful space. Colonial ambitions, sharp and unyielding, pressed against the bedrock of indigenous, sovereign pride. Disputes over trade, land, and simple respect slowly forged a grim, unavoidable path to war. Sir Charles McCarthy arrived, a man of purpose, believing fully in empire's might. He carried immense responsibility. His confidence was clear, a palpable force. He felt destiny beckoned him, urging him powerfully forward. The British Empire's grandeur stretched endlessly, its influence reaching far across troubled waters. A powerful, dominant force. Yet, deep within this verdant land, a formidable power stirred, largely unseen, fiercely independent, underestimated. The governor pondered his path, convinced a strong hand was needed. He felt a deep, compelling duty to act. Perhaps ambition whispered too loudly, promising glory with swift, decisive action. He listened with all his heart. On maps, territories seem simple, yet reality is always far more tangled, unpredictable, full of unseen complexities. He traced a path inland, an arrow pointing towards a perceived enemy, a journey deep into the unknown. It was a bold move, perhaps too bold, born of a certainty that tragically blinds even the wisest. A punitive expedition, he declared, would quell this challenge, a swift, firm lesson in colonial might. Whispers of caution circulated among his seasoned advisors, sensing danger in the humid, oppressive, silent air. But their concerns were brushed aside, like bothersome flies. His vision, fixed and unwavering, left no room. The lure of decisive action, a quick resolution, held him captive, eclipsing prudent, necessary, measured judgment. He truly believed in his judgment, a conviction forged in distant battles, supremely confident in his own capabilities. The Ashanti, to him, were simply a problem, not a powerful nation deserving respect or proper understanding. He failed to see them as a formidable foe, misunderstanding their spirit, their deep bond with the land. Reports came in, fragmented pieces of a complex puzzle, each holding a fragment of inconvenient, ignored truth. He interpreted them through his own lens, shaped by preconceptions, overlooking vital, ominous, ignored warnings. He dismissed their true strength, their numbers, their tactical prowess, completely blind to the fast-approaching storm. A quiet confidence settled, dangerously close to hubris, a self-assuredness that often tragically precedes utter ruin. The tropical sun beat down, warming earth. A chilling shadow began to creep, silently, over his grand plans. Preparations began subtly, almost unseen, a gathering of men and materiel for the fateful, destined march. He gathered a small, disparate contingent, believing speed and superior arms would easily and swiftly prevail. His personal involvement was absolute, a testament to his firm belief in his leadership and strategic genius. The notion of leading from the front, a courageous act, also carried a terrible, unforeseen, deadly risk. A sense of duty, perhaps mistaken in execution, propelled him forward with unwavering, unyielding, rigid resolve. His force was fragmented, a collection of diverse units, truly lacking cohesion, a unified, vital spirit. British regulars and local levies, each with their fears, hopes, differing understandings of this sudden war. Different loyalties, varied training, all bound together by a single command. Fragile, tenuous bonds of necessity. He envisioned a quick, decisive strike, a demonstration of power that would crush all opposition, ending it. The lush, dense jungle beckoned, a green labyrinth promising mystery, danger, and hidden, ancient truths. A path, narrow and winding, led them deeper into the unknown, leaving the familiar, comforting world behind. The whisper of danger, unseen, unheard, yet palpable in the heavy, silent, oppressive, foreboding air. Beads of sweat dripping from a leaf, air thick, still, tropical insects buzzing softly, so relentlessly. McCarthy's face, grim and determined, a faint sheen of sweat, his eyes fixed, resolute, forward. He misunderstood the terrain itself, viewing it as an obstacle, not a battlefield skillfully mastered by its people. The Ashanti, born of this land, held a deep connection, understanding its every secretive, ancient breath. Their mastery of concealment, honed over generations, turned the forest into a silent, watchful, deadly ally. The quiet threat of the forest loomed, a living entity, an ancient force far older than any empire. McCarthy, momentarily looking upwards through a break in the canopy, imagining a triumphant, glorious return. A symbolic image, a British flag planted firmly, but on unstable, shifting ground, threatening to tilt. A slow pan across an empty, muddy path. A single dropped bullet, glinting ominously, silently. A soldier's boot sinking slightly into the mud. A moment of hesitation, then moving, relentlessly, forward. The tragic path was now laid, leading them all towards a confrontation that would forever mark history. They stepped from the open sun into a world untamed, where ancient whispers began to hum. The air grew thick, clinging like a shroud, each breath a struggle against its heavy embrace. A primeval cathedral, vast, indifferent, watched their every hesitant step. So much unknown here. The path narrowed, swallowed by growth. The jungle's embrace tightened, an unseen, profound, suffocating presence. Strange sounds danced in the humid air, a wild symphony, hinting at their mounting, unspoken unease. The hidden sun beat relentlessly, turning the very air into a suffocating, fiery, heavy blanket. Every fiber absorbed the damp, a constant, oppressive weight, pressing them deeper into the earth. Red coats, once proud, now clung dark and heavy, soaked through by the jungle's draining humidity. Each step demanded a new will. The jungle seemed to drain their strength, silently, profoundly, relentlessly. This was no open field of glory, but a suffocating labyrinth, where courage found little room. The ground beneath them offered no firm footing, just a treacherous mix of mud, unseen roots. Ancient roots, like sleeping giants, lay waiting, making their march a constant, weary, silent battle. Up steep slopes, through tangled undergrowth, every yard felt like a hard-won, desperate victory. The jungle yielded grudgingly to their blades, a living, breathing wall refusing to easily part. Miles became hours, hours like days. Their journey crawled, measured in aching, heavy, weary steps. Shoulders burned, muscles screamed. The jungle tested them, body and spirit, without pity or mercy. Water, precious and rationed, offered little solace from internal fire. Thirst became a silent companion. Beyond the physical, unseen terrors whispered of fever and ailments that stalked the weary. The initial spark dimmed, replaced by grim, silent determination, a primal, simple will to endure. Few words were spoken, each man lost in his private struggle against this green, oppressive world. Every supply, every cannon, every man, an immense burden, logistical threads frayed, thin and weak. Provisions dwindled faster than anticipated. The vastness of the jungle seemed to consume all. Commands echoed faintly, swallowed by the trees. Control, like light, struggled to penetrate here. McCarthy bore command's weight, navigating terrain more formidable than any map could truly show. They pushed deeper, ever deeper, into a land that stretched endlessly, isolating them from home. Yet, beneath the struggle, a quiet confidence lingered, born of distant, hard-won, European victories. McCarthy, resolute, believed sheer will could conquer any challenge, even this land's embrace. They underestimated this land, and its people, believing their might could easily sweep through. Ancient tales of savage resistance seemed distant, easily dismissed by their superior modern forces. They marched, masters of their fate, unaware of unseen eyes watching their every confident step. From the silent shadows, other eyes watched, patient and knowing, reading every European move. Far from British gaze, a meticulous plan unfolded, honed by generations of ancient, fierce warfare. Their scouts, spirits of the forest, tracked every breath, every misstep, every faltering moment. This jungle was their home, its secrets their allies, every twist and turn intimately known. They lay in wait, blending with the earth, a silent, deadly force awaiting the perfect moment. The elders gathered, wisdom guiding strategy, a consensus forged deep in the heart of their home. They chose Nsamankow, where the forest tightened its grip, a perfect, silent funnel for doom. Every fallen log, every hidden dip, transformed into deadly advantage, a silent, waiting promise. A trap, meticulously crafted, waited patiently, its jaws open wide for their unwitting foe. One purpose, one will, united them. They were defenders of their home, ready to strike. The British pressed on, deeper into the green moor, each step drawing them closer to fate. Ignorant of fate, they marched, confident steps leading them into oblivion's very silent jaws. The air grew heavy, not just with humidity, but with an unspoken, chilling premonition of fate. They took their final steps towards a place that would forever echo with the jungle's lesson. The jungle held its breath, a silent witness to footsteps echoing through the humid green cathedral. Unknowing, a quiet apprehension, a subtle chill creeping down spines, whispered by the unseen forest around them. But eyes were watching, countless eyes, hidden deeper than any fear, waiting patiently for their moment. A fragile peace, a moment of breath before the world would shatter, forever changing their fates. Then it came, a primal shriek, tearing through the humid air, signaling the jungle's awakening. Deep, resonant drums joined the call, a pulsing rhythm, a heartbeat thrumming through the very earth. And then, the roar. 1,000 hidden voices, muskets spitting fire from every shadowy corner. Shock, disbelief, the sudden, overwhelming onslaught transformed the serene path into utter pandemonium. Arrows, too, danced through the chaos, whispers of death, finding their marks with chilling accuracy. The neat lines of redcoats fractured, men twisting, turning, caught in a swirling vortex of violence. From the green depths, they poured, a torrent of strength and fury, overwhelming all in their path. Steel met steel, flesh met blade. The jungle floor became a tableau of desperate primal survival. They were everywhere, an overwhelming wave, countless figures, pressing in, leaving no room for retreat. The rigid drills, the parades, the careful training, all evaporated in the face of this raw, untamed fury. The ground drank their blood as men fell, leaving gaps in a line already struggling to hold firm. Form square, the desperate cries echoed, a last, desperate hope to present a united, impenetrable front. But the jungle offered no open ground. The square, so strong on paper, was an illusion here. Amidst the maelstrom, McCarthy stood, a beacon of courage, trying to stem the tide with sheer will. He knew, deep down, this was a battle of more than just men. It was a clash of worlds. The Ashanti pressed, their momentum a terrifying force, pushing the redcoats ever closer to their fate. The lines frayed, then snapped. The structured order shattered into fragments, each man fighting alone. He fought with the fury of a trapped lion, a desperate dance against overwhelming, relentless numbers. A blow struck, drawing blood, yet his resolve held. He would not yield, not easily. But even lions tire. He was pulled down, his struggles met with a torrent of unyielding strength. The fight left him, replaced by a chilling silence. The moment of capture, final and absolute. A murmur rippled through the victorious warriors, a profound sense of vengeance fulfilled in their eyes. For the Ashanti, this was more than victory. It was a reclaiming, a powerful symbolic act. What followed, though unseen, resonated through the jungle, a dark, chilling declaration of absolute triumph. Hope, that fragile flame, was brutally snuffed out. There was nothing left but surrender or flight. The battlefield fell silent, save for the moans. A cold, stark reality settled upon the jungle. And then, the cruelest twist. Empty pouches, filled not with shot, but dried macaroni. A logistical nightmare, a tragic error, sealing their doom with a handful of useless pasta. The realization crashed down. Their guns were silent, their training undone, their fate sealed. A primal instinct took hold. Run, flee, escape the relentless pursuit, the overwhelming despair. The rout was frantic, desperate. Men scattered like leaves, swallowed by the unforgiving green labyrinth. The hunters pursued, their war cries echoing, sealing the fate of many who tried to escape. The injured were left to their fate, a somber testament to the brutal, unforgiving nature of war. Equipment, pride, and order were discarded. Only survival mattered now, a desperate, solitary struggle. The jungle, once a silent observer, now absorbed the aftermath, a grim testament to its power. The echoes of battle slowly died. Silence returned, heavy and profound, over the shattered landscape. A gaze of vacant horror, witnessing scenes that would forever haunt their waking, haunted memories. Such was the price of hubris, of underestimating a foe who knew their land intimately. The Ashanti stood victorious, a profound testament to their courage, their strategy, their homeland's defense. And the jungle slept again, holding its secrets, a silent witness to history, to a devastating defeat. As the echoes faded, the forest began to breathe again. A quiet stillness settled, holding a profound, heavy truth. From the shadows, the victors emerged, their footsteps soft upon the scarred earth. A new dawn broke. Their gaze held the weight of generations, a proud, unbroken spirit. They had defended their homeland, their way. Amidst the chaos, a chilling discovery was made. The leader of the Redcoats, now silent, lay fallen. A powerful symbol of their triumph was claimed that day, a testament to a spirit that refused to yield. Flags, drums, and uniforms lay scattered, silent witnesses to courage and folly, trophies of a hard-won freedom. Through the ancient paths, a procession began. It was not merely a march, but a profound declaration. Deep within the tangled jungle, a broken few wandered. Their world had shattered, leaving only an aching void. The haunted eyes of a young man stared blankly. He had seen too much, felt too deeply that day. The cruel mathematics of survival slowly dawned. So many gone, leaving an unbearable silence, a gaping wound. Every rustle of leaves seemed to whisper their names. The emptiness where friends once stood was deafening. The bitter taste of defeat, a raw burning shame. A proud banner now lay tattered, trampled underfoot. A spirit broken, a man undone by horror. He sought solace where none could be found, only echoes. Through the pain, a hand reached out, a fleeting flicker of camaraderie in the face of utter despair. The jungle, once a path, now felt like a cage. Every shadow held a new, silent terror. No ordered march, only a desperate scramble. Each step a prayer for escape, away from the haunting whispers. Through tangled roots and ancient earth they fled. A desperate, silent plea for mercy from unseen eyes. The forest rustled, each sound a reminder of their vulnerability. No sanctuary offered, only looming uncertainty. They left behind their dead, their memories, their dreams. A heavy toll paid in a forgotten, distant land. Far away, the first whispers of disaster arrived. A quiet dread began to spread, chilling hearts slowly. Disbelief gave way to a cold, hard truth. An unprecedented defeat, a blow to pride and power. Across vast, unforgiving waters, the grim tidings traveled. To London, where empire's heart would soon ache. The shockwaves of Nsamankow rippled outwards. A moment in time that would forever alter perceptions of power. Nsamankow, friends, was more than a battle. It was a profound tremor across the very foundations of empire. Its impact resonated far beyond that muddy field, forever altering the destiny of nations and peoples. This was the day a long-held belief, a formidable myth of invincibility, began to crumble into dust. For generations, the British Empire seemed an unstoppable force, a power beyond question or challenge. Their technological might, their disciplined ranks, often felt like an insurmountable, inevitable destiny. Yet, at Nsamankow, that illusion shattered, exposing the fragility hidden beneath such perceived might. It forced London to gaze anew upon their maps, to rethink their every step in West Africa. Colonial ambitions, once seemingly simple, now required a far more careful, cunning, and costly approach. The easy path was gone. A challenging, respectful, even wary understanding of power had begun. For the Ashanti, Nsamankow wasn't just a win, it was a declaration, etched in blood and glory. It solidified their reputation, not merely as warriors, but as an empire of shrewd intellect and fierce independence. Their unwavering spirit, their strategic brilliance, became a legend whispered through generations, a legacy of defiance. This victory echoed in the hearts of others across the continent, a beacon against encroaching shadows. It set the stage for decades of further struggle, forging a path of relentless, unyielding resistance. Nsamankow laid the groundwork, defining the very nature of Anglo-Ashanti relations for nearly a century. From that day forward, the Ashanti earned a grudging, reluctant respect from their powerful adversaries. They were no longer simply natives. They were a formidable force, demanding recognition and careful consideration. Their honor, their might, and their independence were etched into history, undeniable and profoundly clear. Nsamankow whispers to us still, a timeless message echoing through the annals of time, that strategic brilliance, combined with an unwavering will, can truly overcome any perceived power. It's not just about numbers or weapons, it's about the heart, the mind, and an unshakable spirit. This enduring lesson from Nsamankow, dear friends, remains a guiding light, a profound truth, a testament to the indomitable human spirit, forever etched in the annals of time. And so, we close this chapter, my friend, on a battle whispered through time. Its echoes linger. Nsamankow's legacy isn't just a date. It's a profound, complex story, carved in gold and sacrifice. It stands as a stark reminder of colonial ambitions and a people's unwavering spirit against them. In military history, Nsamankow became a chilling lesson, a testament to the power of cunning strategy. It taught empires that courage and ingenuity could humble even the mightiest, a truth often forgotten. For the Ashanti people, Nsamankow was far more than a battle. It was a sacred affirmation. It forged their identity, a golden thread woven deep into the fabric of their collective memory, enduring. A spirit of fierce independence, a flame ignited that day, continues to burn brightly through generations. What profound lessons does Nsamankow whisper to us now, across the long corridors of time? It's a testament to the human spirit's remarkable capacity for resistance, courage, and self-determination. These stories, my friend, are vital. They shape our understanding of who we are together. If this journey through history resonated deep within your heart, please consider showing your support. Your likes, subscriptions, and shares truly help us continue bringing these forgotten tales to life. And tell me, what other underdog victories from history would you wish to explore next, my friend?